Thankfully it started. What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm trying to be more diligent about starting all of my trucks at least once or twice a week. That way the batteries stay fresh because we don't want any more dead batteries. But today's video is not about the BBB, aka my Denali. And for everybody wondering what BBB stands for, the BBB has always stood for bigger, badder, and better. And I guess you can make it 4 Bs if you want to be like the bigger, badder, better build. But the reason bigger, badder, better is a thing is because if you guys remember from my 2015 Silverado, in which a drunk driver blew through a red light, hit me, rolled the truck was totaled. I didn't want to come back and build the same truck. I figured if we're gonna do it, we gotta go bigger, badder, and better. And basically it's kind of like my stance that I'm not gonna let some horrible situation like kick me down. We're gonna come back stronger. But anyways, today's video is going to be primarily focused on my OBS, which in all honesty is some of your guys' favorite truck. You guys like the older style trucks. Some of you like the older style trucks way more than the newer style trucks. I personally love both and even the middle ground. Hence why I bought a cat eye Silverado, because I kind of like, I've got my certain years that I love of vehicles. And the OBS that we're sitting in right now is just, you cannot beat the timeless look. Now we've got some big plans for this thing moving forward. And I kind of wanted to chronicle that in the video. For one, to kind of give you guys an update. And for two, it helps hold me accountable of needing to do things. When I say I'm on video, if I don't do them, you guys are very harsh in the comments. So hopefully by making videos, it really helps make things come to fruition. First things first, we're gonna head over to our buddies over at Swift Powder Coat. I had some parts dropped off over there that I am excited to see in person because this is a color I've never done before. It's gonna be going on the OBS here, so let's go see. And we have arrived at Swift Powder Coat. Holy moly, are we building a big old flagpole?
Go. Might have to do a little sanding and whatnot, but we tried not putting any of this shit on the inside.
We're building here a flagpole?
Flagpole, my brother. He's got a little project, and then it sits over as well. Swings over as well, so he doesn't have to come get a truck to freaking put a winch to pull his pump out. He's got it right there, puts a winch, freaking electric winch, and he pulls his freaking pump out of as well.
Pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna pay someone to pull it out every time something goes wrong, and just freaking hook it up, you just press the button, electric winch, and then this part's cemented down into the ground. There's another piece cemented into the ground, so this thing, then he can swing it over, so when he pulls it up out of the well, he can twist it, and then drop it somewhere else.
All right, well, we have our parts in the back there, and for everybody wondering, I'm sure you're all gonna ask me, what color are we going with there? There is the color Brilliant Silver and Akbar Teal. Now, in picking a color for the OBS here, I don't know. You guys know I don't really do colors. Colors have been tough for me. The BBB was the first time I ever stepped out of my like black and white world and actually went with a color choice, which was the transparent copper, and it made me really nervous. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. So I decided on the OBS here, being that the truck is just gray and black, let's like add just a little bit of color, nothing too crazy. So I went back and forth. I don't even know where the samples went. I had samples in here. I went back and forth between like a really deep, rich purple and this teal, and I think the purple would have looked cool against the gray, but I put a little post on Instagram, all you guys said teal, so that's what we went with. But now we gotta head over to the warehouse and kind of give you guys a rundown of all the parts and the plans. You know, you would think by now I would refill my washer reservoir and or fix the driver's side sprayer nozzle so I could actually like clean my windshield when need be. But this is where one of the benefits of always having half full water bottles in the truck comes in handy. So I decided to make a quick pit stop over at our printers because we have a new work for shirt that we're working on, and it should be live by the time this video goes live. What's up, dude? These look so sick.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Love it. So here's the new work for it, come and take it design. Luckily, Bonnie put some pants on this mannequin before we showed up because I got the picture without the pants on it. But the front designs are not printed yet, but these will be up on the website. Hopefully, like I said, by the time this video is live. If you see a link right somewhere on the screen, you know they've made it on the website. And you guys know, obviously being a small business, I like to also support small businesses and keep all of our printing and everything local. So one of the cool things about having my printer so close to me and so convenient and having such a good relationship is we're constantly doing product testing on inks, on fabrics and garments and all that stuff. And I like to bring you guys the top quality stuff. I don't want to put out some just cheap shirt, cheap generic stuff like that. So we've been doing a lot of back and forth. We've been doing a lot of ink testing lately. And it's nice to have that small business relationship to where my account actually matters to them. OBS and hold on, I'm stuck. Our sweet new addition to the Work For World headquarters. What do you guys think? Should we do like a diesel swap on this thing, or what should we do? It's actually for my nephew. We just put it together over here so he doesn't see it, and it's going to be getting outfitted by the same guy that does a bunch of our light bar stuff. We're going to put a bunch of lights and LEDs and make this thing really tricked out and cool, because you know we can't leave anything stock. And this thing's surprisingly quick, and this isn't just an endorsement for the old Power Wheels here, but dual motors on the rear. I can ride in it and it actually moves and nothing's broke so far. But anyways, we've got a whole pile of parts over here, and I got to give a big shout out to Banks for coming through for me on the OBS project. And we'll get to a little funny story in a minute on some of the parts we got here, but some of this stuff is not for the OBS, and we'll actually get into that too, because I know I've been like staring at this pile of Banks parts for a while, and we just haven't had time to do anything with them yet. First things first, let's crack open this box. So in here, we've got a lot of red tubing that you're gonna be seeing. And you're probably thinking, Rhino, why do you have so much red tubing? And now you've got a bunch of teal tubing. So the guys over at Banks were awesome enough to kind of give me the option. Everything that they make basically comes in the red powder coating, like from the factory. So they were like, hey, we wanna send you an intercooler for the OBS. Would you like the red piping, or do you want to do something cool? We know you're always changing stuff up. So I was like, you know, honestly, I would like to do something different. They're like, all right, do you want to strip it or should we strip it? So the box ends up showing up sooner than I had expected, because I had been talking to Jay over at Banks, and he's like, hey man, we're waiting on one other part to show up, and then I'm gonna get your stuff sent out. And I get that text as I'm like staring at a box, and Jay's like, yeah man, we're just waiting on a couple more pipes and we're gonna get it sent out. I'm like, man, more pipes than what I already got? And Jay's like, what do you mean more pipes than you already got? And I'm like, well, I'm staring at an intercooler with what I think is enough piping and tubing to get it all hooked up. And he's like, wait a minute. Goes and talks to a shipping department. Apparently the guy at the shipping department is a big fan of the channel and didn't want us to be delayed on getting the parts. So he actually rushed ordered a set to us that was unfortunately already red and not stripped down. And then Jay, in the meantime, was having this set over here, which is all nicely wrapped up. I don't want to unwrap that yet. But he had this set already stripped, and he's just waiting on one more piece to get sent out to us. That way it was raw. He was nice enough to send me the strip set, and I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with this set. We'll probably send it back to them because we don't really need it. But you guys can kind of compare the two colors right there for the intercooler piping. And if you guys haven't seen what the intercooler piping on a 7.3 looks like, I'll post a little picture of it right there, that way you can see. But I wanted a color that was going to complement the gray. And again, being that we don't have any colors on the OBS itself, it might be a little weird in the shadow over here. Trust me, this is a lot lighter and like tealer in person than I think it looks on camera, but I think that's gonna look cool up underneath the hood. Would I do any outside accents in that color? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It looks good with the gray, but so does black. Black just looks so good. I mean, having everything just smoked and ghosted out, even the F350 emblem on there and the Ford emblem on the grill over here, I just think the black looks so clean. But I'm excited to see this in the engine bay. I haven't even really like fully dug into all of these boxes, so I'm gonna try not to scratch these because I don't think we're keeping them. So that's all the piping. And then got the whole unit right here, which again, I don't think I'm gonna take the plastic off of, but one of my big plans with the Ford was I wanted to keep it reliable. I didn't want to throw giant horsepower numbers at it and it just like blow itself up. So everything I'm doing to it, I'm trying to like keep it safe and still reliable, but make it more daily drivable. And then the next thing we got for the Ford is this one. Probably kind of obvious if I see in the box. So we opted to go with a 4-inch exhaust, and the reason being was they were out of stock of 5-inch exhaust, and currently I'm just like, my exhaust is cut off right under the cab. So anything, I guess, would be an improvement. And I don't really think 4 to 5 inch on this truck is gonna make that big of a difference. So we've got their full 4-inch exhaust, and then we should have somewhere in the box here. There we go, yep. In here we've got the exhaust tip, which again, Jay gave me a couple options on what I wanted to do for exhaust tip. I think black's gonna look good being that it's on the exterior of the vehicle, so we're gonna have this big old monster tip. Now I say monster, in today's day and age this is small, but back in the Ford OBS days, this would be a huge tip. And I believe that big box down there, yep, that big box in there is the muffler. I wanna hear what it sounds like with the muffler, but being that these trucks aren't super loud, I'm probably gonna end up straight piping it, so I don't know if I need to put a little muffler delete piece in there or what it's gonna take to get rid of that muffler. But I like to hear things as they were designed and then kind of build off of it from there. Then we've got this box back here, which is small parts. So I don't really know what's in here. We got some rubber, not sure what that is. We've got a lot of clamps. I'm guessing this is all for the intercooler. We've got a, looks like a trailer hitch extension there. Yeah, I'm not really sure. This has all got to be intercooler stuff, it looks like. One thing I have to say about Banks is everything is always like really well done. None of their boxing is cheap. It seems like everything, every product has a specific box for it. You can see the way the intercooler is boxed in here. And then obviously all of that piping wasn't just loose. It had all this like foam that forms around it up on next to it. And then I think at some point, there is talks of possibly upgrading the turbo on the OBS and running a Banks upgraded turbo as well. So currently the plans are run the intercooler, run the super sweet Akbar silver or whatever that color was, piping underneath the hood. It's just gonna clean everything up. New exhaust. And then, yes, my plan is to eventually solid axle swap that truck. But like I've said before, everybody seems like it's like the easiest thing. You just walk down to the local junkyard, grab yourself a couple of axles, buy the little conversion kit, and you're good. But it's not necessarily that easy. Supposedly the front ends on the 2-wheel drive frames, like the front of the frame, is different than that of the 4-wheel drive frame. So technically you need to swap those pieces to one of a wrecked 4-wheel drive. You got to find those parts off of a 4-wheel drive, do the swap, then you can buy the conversion kit and buy the axles and yada, 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 yada. And being in California, it ain't like you can just walk down to the local junkyard and get decently priced axles. Everything here is grossly overpriced and they're harder to find. So eventually that day is going to come, because as much as I do like it as it sits now, I think that truck should be lifted like, you know, I think we're at a 6-inch now, but with the diesel, the weight of the diesel, they consider it more of a 5-inch lift. I would like to see 8 to 10, maybe 12. Whatever it takes to like cleanly get it up on some 40s, I think that would be rad for that truck. Now, obviously we aren't done. We've got other boxes over here of some Banks goodies. You're gonna see a couple of duplicates in here because not only did Banks send me some parts for my trucks, but they also like to take care of my friends. So we've got some parts in here for Wes's truck as well. First things first is the Banks iDash kit, which is essentially Banks's like monitoring system. Currently in my Denali, I have the Edge little screen in the corner that shows you all your gauges. Well, this is Banks version. So we've got 2 of those. They've sent me one as well as Wes. And then on top of that, their 4-channel analog module kit, which allows you to tie in, I believe, to other sensors on the truck. And a whole box and bags full of stuff that I don't really know. Let's see. Mounting bracket. We got a mounting bracket. That's good. We've got a t-shirt, which is super sweet. That looks like some type of temperature probe or gauge or something. I guess that goes with the fluid temperature kit. The one thing I like about Banks is everything is labeled as what it is. I mean, even the badge kit, if you guys want to put some Banks badges on your vehicle, everything just has a label. Super, super clean and simple. Which, once we get into installing all this stuff, I will give you a better rundown of what all this is. I'm still learning of what all of this is. Jay's been really good at trying to educate me, but sometimes this stuff can get a little confusing. So Jay's actually offered to come down here and help explain it to you guys on the channel even better. So I might take him up on that offer. Just that way we have a whole rundown of all the parts that we have here that's gonna be going on, not only the OBS, but Wes's truck and possibly the Denali. Then in box number 4 here that we'll just drop and throw around is a pillar setup. So there's a couple different ways you can mount the actual Banks iDash, and one of which is, oh, I don't want to drop this, in the A-pillar of your truck. So obviously, you know, you have your A-pillar where your grab handle is, which kind of gives you a couple different options. So I think Wes is interested in actually mounting it in this location. So they sent this out for Wes. That way he can get the iDash exactly where he wants it in his truck. But they've also included the other mounting options, which are in one of these bags, the mounting bracket right there. Now, I know a lot of people are telling me I need to do a truck giveaway, and a lot of people have hinted at they want the Ford to be the giveaway, and I just can't do it, guys. I love this truck way too much. I've had it for over 3 years now. You know, aside from a little starter here or there or something small, it has never left me stranded. It has just been like, we've got a lot of work into it. We got a lot of money into it. And other than it not being four-wheel drive and lifted at the height that I want, it is my dream OBS. So unfortunately, this is not going to be anytime soon, nor probably ever a giveaway truck. But that, you know, it doesn't mean we can't build one just like it. Now, one last update for you guys before I stop talking and you can click off of this video. I think I have the wheel tire combo picked out for the LLY. Obviously, I gotta like tease you guys on to another video with it, so I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet, but I think it's gonna be something kind of cool that I'm thinking is gonna appeal to like a very wide audience. I don't think we're gonna like alienate anybody by this wheel choice. We'll just have to see. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now, that way you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workfordapparel.com. Check out the new shirts that we got, the new stickers, decals, a bunch of cool stuff over there, as well as our new website that now, if you guys have ever had issues running in with like PayPal or anything like that, we now accept like all major credit cards. Everything's super easy, super streamlined, so please go check it out. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah.